everyone, welcome to Sweet Tomato Vine Homestead. I'm Linda, and today I'm excited about getting some fall seeds started because the fall seeds that I'm going to be starting today are my cabbage seeds. Cabbages can be so delicious. You can ferment them for kimchi. You can ferment them for your sauerkraut. You can have the red cabbage in sauerkraut. You can have the green cabbage in sauerkraut. Cabbage can be boiled. They can be stir-fried. They are delicious. So I am excited about getting some planted today, starting my fall seeds, and I have chose this packet of seeds that I got online because I am wanting to start different varieties of cabbages, and I didn't want to have to run everywhere trying to find this pack or that pack or even online. I just wanted to get it in one variety pack. And so there are 7 different packages of seeds in here so that I can have 7 varieties of cabbages. So I am excited about it. So let me show you what is in this seed packet. I'm also excited about it because these little seed packets also have some pictures on there. Because sometimes when I order these in these packages like this, they don't have the pictures on the seed package, but these seed packets have the pictures on it. So I'm very excited and happy about that. And first one is the Copenhagen. Copenhagen cabbage is one that I have grew in my garden before. This one, it takes 7 to 12 days to germinate. It has a 65 to 80 day harvest time. It grows good in zones 3 to 12. The next one is the Golden Acre cabbage. 7 to 14 days for germination, 55 to 70 days for harvest. The next one is the Red Acre cabbage. And this one is 7 to 14 days germination, 70 to 85 days before you are ready to harvest this one. This is the Jersey Wakefield. 10 to 21 days for germination and 60 to 80 days for harvest. Then the next one is my bok choy cabbage. 10 to 14 days germination, 30 to 60 days to harvest. This is my Mitchell Healy cabbage, y'all. This is one of my favorite cabbages because I use this cabbage like a lettuce. I chop this cabbage up and put it in a bowl and chop up tomatoes and cucumber and radish with it, and it make a wonderful salad. It is a wonderful cabbage to use like a lettuce. The next one is the Savoy cabbage. It is a beautiful, it's a more frilly looking cabbage, but it's very beautiful. 10 to 15 days germination and 70 to 110 days before it is ready to be harvested. So those are the cabbages that I'm going to be starting today. They were nice enough to include some labels in here with the seeds. And so I put the name of the cabbage on here and then put the amount of days to maturity so we can remember that. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the date on there. Today is July 31st. So I'm going to put 7/31 on each of these so that I'll know about the time that these should be reaching maturity. And I will transfer this into the garden once I plant them out. Because I think that it's important to know about when you should be getting a harvest so you can try to figure out what you did wrong and then, try to do better the next time you plant that crop. And sometimes it might not be something that you did. Sometimes it could be the differences in the weather and things like that. So it's just good to know when you planted it, when you started your seed, so that you can have some expectations about when you should be able to harvest your crop. Okay, so I have all my labels marked with the name of the crop, the amount of days for expected maturity, and the date that I started. Now I'm just gonna fill my trays with some soil. I already have some water in the bottom of these trays. And so that is how my soil is going to become moist. Press my soil down into these cells. Yeah, we're expecting some cooler temperatures in the next few days, and I'm very excited about that because today it is still hot. And hopefully I can be able to get in the garden and catch up on some much needed work so that I can start getting the garden ready for the fall garden. Okay, you want to make sure that you got your cells filled in real good so that your soil won't sink to the bottom of the cells and take your seeds to the bottom of the cell with it. Okay, and I'm beginning to see that moisture coming up. The soil is wicking that water up, so that is getting my soil nice and moist. You want your soil to be moist, but you don't want your soil to be too wet, because if your soil is too wet, it will rot your seeds. And these are some tiny seeds. You know that the brassica seeds are very small and they require light to germinate. So you basically want to be broadcasting these brassica seeds on the top of the soil. So that's why you want to make sure that you are filling these cells all the way to the top. It's very important. Fill these cells. So that's why I'm pushing this soil in here really good. And making sure that this soil is going to be basically level to the top. And that is to keep my soil from falling to the bottom and taking my seed to the bottom with it. Okay, so my soil is moist now because it's wicked up the water, and we're ready to plant our seeds. Go ahead and label my first one, and the first one is going to be our bok choy cabbage. And y'all, I'm going to do something a little different this time than I usually do. And the reason that I'm doing it is because I don't want to have to do a lot of up-potting to this fall crop. I will up-pot if I have to, but I don't want to do a lot of up-potting. So I'm trying to put a couple of these seeds on top of each one of these, because I really just want a couple of these plants. Now I can add an extra one just to make sure I get some good germination, but I really just want a couple of plants in each of these cells. I can always go back and plant more, but I don't want a lot in each of these cells. I don't want my cells to be overcrowded, and that will cause me to have to up-pot sooner. So if I have to up-pot, it'll be okay, but I would prefer not to have to up-pot these. Just take them out, let them become acclimated to the the season. Once they have grown and gotten their true leaves and I have started the fertilization, then I can take them outside and get them acclimated and start planting them into my garden. So that is the plan. Now, things don't always work out as planned, but that is what we are going to try for. Next one is going to be my Wakefield. And Wakefield is an early one, and it is supposed to be harvested in 60 to 80 days, where most of these other ones are well, this one is 60 to 80. I guess that's not really that early, but it is considered. Most of these are 70 days, 80 to 80 days, so that's not that early. Okay, so this one is the Jersey Wakefield. We do the same with it. This means that I will be planting more of these seeds because I want to have cabbages. I want to have a lot of cabbage in my garden this season. So I will be planting more. I just would not be planting more in each tray. I have to have more trays of these cabbages in order to get what we need for fall. Next one be the Copenhagen. Uh-oh. Dropped my seed packet, but it landed right. It didn't land where seeds were falling out. My favorite, the Mitchell Healy. And y'all, these get huge. Mitchell Healy cabbages get huge, and they are, I mean, one plant, you can harvest off of one plant so many times. And I planted these in my garden in the past seasons, and we have enjoyed it so much. Okay, what did I do? I missed the row. This was, I put the Copenhagen right here. I skipped the row. There's Copenhagen. So we're putting Mitchell Healy right here. Because there's nothing on this row. Okay, so that was Mitchell Healy. The next one is the Savoy. And that's that pretty frilly cabbage. Okay, I ended up with a little bit more on that one. I think I had 4 on that last one. That's gonna be a lot, but I'm not gonna try to pick those seeds back up. Then we got the Red Acre. Red Acre, y'all, make some delicious. I mean, the Red Acre makes some delicious sauerkraut. Try to get 2. And then last but not least is the Golden Acre. And the Golden Acre has a kind of chartreuse green color. I did it again. I skipped a row. How do I keep skipping these rows? Okay, so make sure that all my rows have some seeds on them because it seems like I want to skip rows. I don't think this one don't have any seeds on it. Okay, so that was a golden acre. And okay, this was the red, this was the Savoy, and then I skipped a row. And so this last row, because it was 7 of those cabbages, and this tray has 8 cells, I am going to put some of my Siberian kale. This is my Siberian curly kale. This is my favorite kale. It is so delicious. Another one that I use to make my salads, and this is what I'm going to be using to make a salad for lunch today. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make this fill my last row of cells with this Siberian kale, Siberian curly kale. Drop a couple of those in each one. And I'm gonna make a label. This one, the maturity on these, they 3 to 10 days on germination and 75 days to maturity. This is Siberian curly kale, and I planting it on 7/31, 75. Did I say 75? 75 days to maturity. I'm just gonna drop this right here. Okay, now that I have all my seeds planted in, I'm going to add some vermiculite to the top. I'm just going to lightly dust it with vermiculite. This is to help to keep those fungus gnats down. I'm going to take this inside and put it underneath my Vigo Garden grow lights. And so now it is ready to go inside. I have placed my seedling tray on my Vigo Garden grow stand. This is where they'll be staying underneath these lights until they are ready to go outside and be acclimated to the weather. So now I have some other things I'm gonna get done in the garden before it gets too hot. But I hope that you all have enjoyed this video today and that you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And go ahead and hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload a new video. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.